From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Welcome to another All-Star 15 TV.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, for the first time, it is the High Point Racing League coming to you live from Sebring International Raceway. In the booth with me, the one, the only, Joe Hutchings.
I hope I'm the only one. Hi, everybody.
Give or take, there might be 4 or 5 of them. You never know.
I mean, I'm the one person. I'm big.
Yeah, you're kind of right on that one. But what's going on, everybody? Glad to have you here on this wonderful Wednesday evening. I'm currently dodging the rain up here in Connecticut. Joe, but how's it down there in Florida as everybody looks like they're getting ready for a barn burner of an hour event?
It is a dust bowl down here.
I know you jumped on a couple of these vehicles to see how they are running and how they're getting through Sebring. Break it down to us on what these drivers are having to deal with this evening, especially what we saw during practice and qualifying.
You're just going to have to deal with the dirty track, marbles being in your offline passing areas, and the funnel down effect going into turn one. That's going to be your major factors. Also, too, with the way the sun's going down, certain video cards with ray tracing, you could possibly have an entire white screen going down the backstretch.
And I jumped on a vehicle. I don't have HDR enabled, but you could see how blinding just without it is alone. But while qualifying has just concluded, once we start grading, we will get you the starting lineup for tonight's season opening event here at Sebring. Just a breakdown. Sebring is a 3.74 asphalt / concrete mile racetrack, 17 turns. This should be fun. I know I very much like watching racing here. There's been countless times that Joe and myself have helped certain drivers win at this racetrack. I know a special one in both of our hearts. But a lot to expect with tonight's race. The field, for the most part, pretty close together. Outside of, you have Nathan Bigart, who's 4/10 faster than anybody behind him. But then you start going to Hart, Roberto, Shaw. They're all relatively close in time. But let's get you the GT3 qualifying order. There it is. That's how your GT3s are going to start. And for the whole field, Joe, to be right around that 5-second difference mark, and then even your top 10, 1.1 seconds, I think we're going to see a very close battle between 1 through 10, and we might have a sleeper or two from that 11 to 20 pop up. But let's take a look at our GT4s. These guys are even closer. Surlac and Nans really the exact same time, but they gave it to Surlac. Even closer of a field. Your top 6 are under 7/10 of a second. And then from top to bottom, you're looking at just over 5.5. Glad to have you
The
all with
GT4
us.
field is pretty tight.
Glad to have
It's going to be
everybody
a
with
good
us
race.
this evening, Joe. I think it's going to be a great race. With the sun going down, what are you expecting as we transition from what we have now to in just about an hour time?
Sun's going down, track times are going to go down. That means the times are going to start dropping, and this race is going to get really fun. There's 60% fuel if I remember
Yes, sir.
reading correctly. So they are going to have to pit stop at least once. Tires could become a factor. Sebring is kind of an abrasive service. You might want to take tires. It all depends on, how badly you beat up your car trying to get into position early off in the race. If you're conserve and take care of your car, pitting for fuel and keeping the tires on is very viable here, especially in these GT3 cars. I don't know too much about the GT4s here at Sebring, but I'm pretty sure they're in a similar situation.
I'm excited to see because we broadcast another league on Mondays that is a IMSA style league. Joe, we're rolling. We got about a full pace lap before we send these cars full bore, as I might have to restart the overlay. As you guys can see, a little bit of it froze on the screen. Don't you just love technology, Joe?
Hey, not bad for
There we go.
for what, 24-hour notice?
Yeah, not bad. We shoot for perfection here.
Yes, only but the best.
And to have a good time, which we hope you guys do as well. We want to hear from you in the chat. Who's your driver? Who you're rooting for? It's going to be a fun one. They're warming up those tires. We'll throw the track map up. You see both the GT3s and the GT4s have separated themselves on the racetrack, as you would see in most endurance racing events. Listen, everybody. I'm excited. I was watching practice from the lobby's creation, the start, and everybody, for the most part, was getting at it. Check out our beautiful sponsors in that bottom right-hand corner image roll. XTREME Scoring. They're using that to help with keeping points. Monster Design. Scan that QR code. Then you have Dave's Devs. And VRS. If you're a part of iRacing, you know VRS. Grab those setups, tune them to how you want, or just run them the way they are. We're looking at just about 32 vehicles on the racetrack this evening. 21 GT3s and 11 GT4s. Unlike Monday, Joe, only one Ford Mustang GT4.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah,
It's a good car. It's a really good car.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park. Here they go down Sunset, and for everybody at home, they all are running just about 7:15 in sim time, September 24th, 2025. So they're running today, just 2 hours ago. That track temp is gonna drop. Well, here they go. Pace car is gonna duck down pit road. Big Art, Hart are gonna take the field to the green flag.
Green.
And there it is. Green flag is in the air to start the season for the High Point Racing League. The GT Challenge is underway. Off into turn 1 they go. So far, so good. Some cars already going off the racetrack.
Yep, we got a couple of line trackers back there.
Everybody's going the correct way. And then here come the GT4s. Oh, we have a spin early on. That looks like it's Nathan Rogue.
Oh, no.
But as the GT4s fly it into turn number 1. Oh, contact with the leaders. Serlek and Malley are around. Oh, big hit for the 87.
There's another car. Ow.
James just kills that outside wall. He's able to keep going, but what a hit. I'm surprised that car's able to continue. That Porsche actually doesn't look too bad outside of the front end. Let's jump it back up to the GT3s. There's your race leader, Nathan Bigart. Travis Roberto riding in second. He's plus a spot. Your GT3s look to have gotten into some sort of line to get around this racetrack. But the carnage has started with the GT4s, Daniel Nans and Rhett Tucker. Those are your two leaders in the GT4s, Joe, as early issues from some of these drivers.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to see what happened in Sunset on the start here.
It looked like they got the green flag to go with the GT4s, and then Nathan Rogue stepped on it and lost the car. But up front, Bigart, Travis Roberto, and Avery Hart. There's your battle right now. It is for P2, as here comes Hart. Heading all the way down to the hairpin.
This the second, third, and fourth place battle is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. And we're gonna drop it back to the GT4s because it looks like they're heating up too, with Nas, Tucker, and Campbell. That's your top three, all under a blanket there. As there goes Tucker. He was showing the nose, heading down towards the hairpin. A little bit of a bump through the center of it. And they're going to stay 1, 2, 3 the way they are. Back up to the front of the GT3 field as they're heading down towards Sunset. Let's see if the 13 can
so many different lines.
Well,
so many different lines you can take in Sunset.
I was gonna say that's why I like Sunset so much, because you can take it whichever way you want, and it really depends on how you get onto Sunset that really matters. As they're side by side, Hart and Pino. Hart being able to defend.
There was a little bit of contact.
Just a tad, and then right behind him, you have Shaw and Hilgado. Shaw in the 888. And Thomas Hilgado in the 16. But Nathan Bigart, fastest lap of the race at 2:53. Oh! Travis Roberto, P2, has spun. Oh, he gets clocked by the 88, Daniel Pino. He's going to go around.
Oh.
And it looks like everybody, for the most part, is going to miss him. He's going to pull to the grass to let everybody by. But that's going to take him from P2 all the way to P16 on the track. Plenty of time to recover, though.
Smart move there to get the car in the dirt, get out of the racing line.
Absolutely. I like the fact that he waited for the majority of everybody to go by, found a hole, and then pulled to the grass to let the rest of everybody else in the GT3s go by.
Preservation in an endurance race.
Yeah, but there's another...
Car's got to finish.
There's another phrase that you used to use.
Racing IQ?
Racing IQ, a high racing IQ.
Oh, yeah.
Also, good job keeping your mindset where you could still control everything. As back to the GT4s, this is heating up, Joe. Rhett, Nass, Campbell, and Serlich all under a blanket as Serlich just side by side with Campbell. That is for third position, and Serlich is going to take it in the 048, that beautiful Mercedes.
You got the 4 liters. You got the 4 liters, and there are 4 different manufacturers, and they're putting on this kind of racing. This is amazing.
But I'm really excited to see how they hold this throughout the hour-long event. It's one thing to put 5 and 10 laps together, but it's another thing to a full fuel run along with another full fuel run. Because just because you're able to pit, it's still only an hour races. We have a battle for the lead now.
It's a 4-way battle for the lead. What are you talking about?
I kind of thought the BMW of Daniel Nass was getting a better run out of Sunset. It looked like he kind of stalled with that run a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's bring it back to the GT3 field. This is P5. Stephen Thomas Smith. See right behind him, it's Thomas Delgado. And Morgan Smith. If the name Morgan Smith sounds familiar, he races on this channel on Monday nights.
Man, this is so fun to watch. It makes me want to get out on the racetrack.
Yeah, I've heard that many times before out of you. And a lot of times when you do it, I forget how good you actually are. No offense.
I know. None taken. Y'all be able to see me racing. Oh, spinner.
That's Thomas Delgado. Let's see what we got here. He's just gonna loop it out of turn number 1.
Hey.
Doesn't hit anything, saves it, and continues.
I've done that in M4 at Sebring. That wasn't fun. I know how he's feeling. That car in that particular spot, there's like a bump on the track that if you catch it just right, it'll fling the car. And for some reason, it's only that BMW. Any other car, it's just you can eat it, but that car, I don't know why.
Daniel Pino, fastest lap of the race in the GT3s, a 1:59.42. He is the only driver to hit a 1:59 during tonight's race.
I think your leader's gap managing at this point. He got out ahead, and he's just saving his stuff at this point.
And then if you want to look to our GT4s, Ryan Serlich in the 048 Mercedes has their fastest lap in the GT4s with a 2:12.03. That was run last time by as well, as they are still heating up for a battle back here.
This race is exciting. This GT4 race is exciting.
It's getting dark, Joe. What kind of issues does Sebring bring when the sun goes down?
There's no track lighting. It gets dark. And I don't know if you've ever been in pitch black Florida. I have, because I live in the Panhandle. It gets dark, and Sebring's pretty much the same way. You're relying on your headlights, and you don't have any of the usual track markers. You have the hotel for the hairpin. You got the Flying Fortress corner. With the airport terminal, all that other stuff. You don't get that when it's dark out. You get wall, track, and hopefully your competitors.
Well, Joe, with everything going on, as you see the headlights have turned on, as your GT4 leaders are making it onto Sunset, it's amazing. So much has happened, and we've only had 11 minutes go by, roughly about 6 or so laps. But moving back into the GT3, Mark Iser, see that battle with him and Justin Block and Travis Roberto trying to make his way back up towards the front of the pack after that spin just a couple laps ago.
Yeah, right now it's all about just keeping the wheels between the white lines at this point. There's a lot of passing areas at Sebring. A lot of people think there isn't, but spinner.
Yeah, that would be Mark Iser.
Ooh.
And Joe, let's take it away. We're doing a lap around Sebring as Big Art crosses the line and heads down towards turn number 1.
All right, so you're going to float it down into turn 1 in these GT3 cars. You're going to slow it up to about 120 miles an hour. Come up through turn 2, which is the left-hander that brings you into the turn 3-4 complex, as I like to call it. This off-camber left-hander is pretty wicked to get through. And then you're going to come down the Gurney Straight underneath the new bridge that they just got done putting down at Sebring. Thank you very much for doing that. And you're going to come down into the hairpin turn. Hard right, hotel on the left. Ask the Corvettes how they know about that. Inside joke. Anyways, you're coming back through the Fangio chicane, as they like to call it. You're coming up to the left, or not left-hander. Oh boy, I'm losing it. Right-hander known as Cunningham Corner. And then you're going to get through the Collier Curve, or what's known as the IndyCar paddock, if you've seen testing here. Come into the tower turn. Say hi to the airport on the left-hand side. Come back through the Flying Fortress straight away. Bishop Bend is next. And don't ask me how to say this German name. I just know it's a hard right-hander. You're going to be floating that car through, and then you're going to swing it way out wide so you get it back on this back straight. And then you're going to take the Ullman straightaway all the way down, and hopefully you're getting a big run on the car in front of you. Hard on the brakes, praying to God it sticks. Downshifting, downshiffting. Get her down to about 80 miles an hour. Cut that wheel out to the right. Get on the gas as soon as possible. Try to make your pass. And there's your lap at Sebring.
A lot can happen in just 2 minutes around Sebring. And that was the ride along from Joe Hutchings on board with Nathan Bigart in the GT3 leading the field.
I apologize if I made any mistakes with the names. Oh, you know what? I did. The corner before you come on the Ullman Straight is Le Mans turn. I totally blanked on that. Oops. Sorry.
Cole Malley looks like he's trying to get to James Lavigan. Langevin? I do apologize if I mess up some of these names. If people would like
We're
to get
working on
with
it.
me,
It's day one.
it is day one.
And these GT4s are,
Racy.
oh yeah, they're racy, and then you're mixing in the GT3s that have way more power, way more tire, whole lot more go fast goodies on those cars. GT4 cars, they're pretty much, they took a car off the production line and slapped a roll cage in it, fire suppression system in a rear wing, and said, "Hi, I'm a race car." And then the GT4s are your purpose-built carbon fiber, everything, you know, full-fledged, you know, race car. You pretty much could call them a prototype car at this point that looks like a road-going car. That's really what they are nowadays.
This GT4 field is so tied together.
Oh, your top three are still under a blanket.
Yes, let's actually jump to them. That's Brett Tucker, Ryan Sterlick, and Lance Campbell. You also have Daniel Nass, just about 2.5 seconds back.
Yeah, that BMW probably burned off his tires. He's been falling back a little bit more and more.
I mean, just last lap alone, he was right in the mix, Joe. He ran. This is Daniel Nass, 2:11.85 to just Brett Tucker's 2:11.84, Serlick's 2:11.75, and then Campbell's 2:11.48. So he's right along with that. As it looks like Sterlick might have had an issue. He goes long into the hairpin. Ooh. He's going to lose second place to Campbell. That's going to bring Nass right to his back bumper. See the 88 of Daniel Pino right behind the 95 of Daniel Nass. It's really starting to mix in with all these classes. And the speed difference is crazy.
Yeah, I figured it'd be about 20 minutes before they start mixing it up with the GT3s and mix it up with the GT4s. Your leaders are practically through the GT4 field already. Actually, your overall leader is out of the field already.
Yep.
Watch it. Watch this guy float this car into sunset. It is a thing of beauty.
There goes P2 Daniel Pino. Make the pass of the GT4, the leader of the GT4, into sunset. Drivers are absolutely killing it.
I've been to Sebring, and I've stood right outside that sunset when the cars kind of come out of it, and it'll blow your mind.
Really?
Oh yeah, it will blow your mind watching the cars go by there. You're just like, wow. That was when the Ford GT LM and still had a front engine Corvette. And they were still running Daytona prototypes, the early Daytona prototypes. I think was it the Gen 2s.
Morgan Smith trying to chase down Stephen Thomas Smith. That is the 169 right in front. Last couple laps, Morgan Smith has been just about a tenth or so faster than Thomas Smith. I'm loving our knowledge that is getting dropped in our YouTube chat.
Hi, Jake. I'm trying not. I was trying not to laugh. I guess I gotta laugh now.
Using Rhett Tucker as a little bit of a pick, not going to be able to make it work. Morgan Smith was trying to use to make the pass on Stephen Smith. But your GT4 field, Joe, has separated as the GT3s were starting to make their way through. You have Rhett Tucker, then about 2.5 seconds back, it's Lance Campbell, Ryan Serlich in third. Fourth, it's Daniel Nass. And fifth in the GT4s, it's Cole Malley.
There's so many good battles out on the track. It's hard to keep up with them all.
Really curious to when we see pit stops in just a little bit. I'd say right around halfway or so.
You're gonna see them soon. I'd say you got about 10 more minutes before you start seeing the first cars hitting pit road.
Well, as you say that, Daniel Nass in the GT4s has just hit pit road.
Call me a liar.
We're gonna stick with this battle in the GT3s as there goes Morgan Smith, makes the pass, executes it perfectly coming from the hairpin. And let's see if he can start pulling away now that he's secured P5 for the time being. Don't look now, though. If you move a little bit further in the GT3s, Daniel Pino, the 88 Ford, who's sitting in P2, is running right about the same lap times as our race leader, Nathan Bigart.
That's engineered. That's totally engineered. He's managing gap right now.
Also, last time by, Bigart, a 1:59.57, fastest lap of the race. And Daniel Pino, a 1:59.68, which is his second fastest lap of the race. As they both cross the line now, it just gets faster for Bigart, a 1:59.29.
The
Almost
movie
putting
wasn't
that lead
Ford
back up
versus
to,
Lamborghini. Although, funny story, both of these car companies make tractors.
Yes. I have a cousin over in Italy that has a beautiful Lamborghini tractor.
There's a Porsche behind too, right?
There is a
Porsche's in third
Porsche
place?
P3, Avery Hart.
Yep. All right, so tractor company, tractor company, tractor company. Got it. Porsche made tractors. I'm not joking. Jake's not the only one that can throw down random facts. At least mine are relevant to the race.
We have Lincoln Shaw in the 888 in another Ford. In fourth, Morgan Smith in a Porsche in fifth. Sixth, in a BMW, it's Stephen Thomas Smith. In a McLaren, it's Spencer Duquette. In seventh. Eighth, it's Jacob Cotterman in another McLaren. In a BMW, it's Thomas
McLaren.
Elgato in ninth. And in 10th, rounding out the top 10, it's Jed Cotterman in a Ford.
That McLaren is such a pretty car. You know what car else? He got loose. He was in the dirt. That new Aston Martin GT3 is so nice.
Hey, you were mentioning that a couple days ago on how the new Ford is really nice and the new Aston Martin are really nice.
Yeah, the Ford GT4 is a fun car to get to wheel around a racetrack, and that Aston Martin is just primo for a GT3 car. Except it's not the best out there to be. My choice right now would either be the 911 or the McLaren, but that if you want style points on a racetrack, get that Aston Martin.
Here we go, battle for the lead in GT4s. They're side by side entering Sunset. Campbell, Tucker into Sunset. The 119 of Campbell has the inside track. Can he make the pass? It's gonna be tight going into turn number one. Preferred line goes back to Tucker. And Tucker will take the lead back once again.
That Porsche is going to be up that Mustang's butt here soon. Watch.
Soon. It's already happened.
Oh no. There's a car length and a half. That Porsche. He's planning something. He's being sneaky.
Hey, save some of your stuff. We're expecting pit stops in about another 5 to possibly 10 minutes, right around halfway. But let's run through your GT4 field real fast. You have Tucker and Campbell on your screen right there. That's 1 and 2. In 3, in third, you have Ryan Serlick. Fourth, you have Cole Malley. In fifth, it's James. I think I've seen this name before. I'm butchering it. It's the 87 in fifth. In sixth, it's the 33 of Cameron Gilma. Seventh, the 95 BMW of Daniel Nass. It's the 115 of Aiden Keeley in 8th. 9th, it's Nathan Rogue. And Carlos Sierra in 10th. A little slow in Sunset, though. Oh, we have a car looping.
Oh.
That's Thomas Holgado. Does he just overcook it, or does he get tagged here? Oh, I can't see it from that point of view. I think he might actually get tagged.
Oh yeah.
He gets tagged.
No, Punterino. I mean, what?
Yeah, Pat McAfee's in Indianapolis. As we have pit stop starting, Smith, Roberto, Cotterman, Pagado, Cotterman, all hitting pit road. As your leaders will stay out.
That Lamborghini's on a rail.
Yeah, so far, Joe, he's led every lap. He's got a 1.7 second lead over Daniel Pino. When does that 01 hit pit road?
Oh, that was a
Right
GT4
here.
and stuffed into the wall.
Daniel Pino's also hitting pit road. That should give it to Spencer Duquette. Unless they hit pit road, which they're hugging the inside lane, so here they go down the pit road as well. Then it's 14 seconds back to Justin Bach, sorry. Carlos, thanks for joining the YouTube. How are ya? Still on pit road, Big Art, Pino, Duquette, and Bach onto pit road. Here comes Hammond. Your GT3 leaders are now exiting in the order they came in. Now with just about 2 seconds. That might gap it back up to almost 3 seconds. It's going to hold steady right around 2 seconds. Big Art, Pino. Now this is going to be interesting, Joe. They made it just shy of halfway. Just shy of halfway on pit stops, the GT3s. Do you think they just pit because they know they'll have enough? Or are we going to see some fuel strategy try to come into effect here? Are we going to see some of these GT3 cars try to save some fuel?
And 60% fuel, they should be able to make it from here. I'd be hard pressed to sit there and say that they're not going to make it. And they're going to have to do another stop. They're definitely going to make it. Because if you think about it, you're going 50 minutes at least here at Sebring on a full load of fuel, and if you go 60%, yeah, they're gonna make it.
Hey, this is why we bring you along. You're the tech support, tech analyst.
I try.
Everybody in the GT field has hit pit road. Your GT4s, the only drivers that have yet to pit: Campbell, Tucker, Malley, Langevin, and Kilma have yet to hit pit road for their GT4s, as Nathan Rogue is coming back down pit road. Closest battle in the GT3s, though, has to bring you to Justin Bach and Travis Roberto. Just under a half a second separating the two of them as they are heading down towards the sunset turn. But Joe, just 30 minutes into tonight's race, the amount of action that we've seen so far in just the two classes, GT3s, GT4s, has been absolutely wild, as Campbell and Tucker have now just hit pit road.
I'm thoroughly impressed with the action on track. This has been fun to watch and to call.
Here we go. It looks like Roberto is trying to set up a pass. They're going to be heading down towards the hairpin right after this left-hander. And then right-hander. They're going to show the nose. There it is, showing the nose. I like how they're keeping it nice and clean. A great battle we have here, and this is for P10 in the GT3s. Lance Campbell, Ryan Sterlick, your top two in the GT4s. They both have hit pit road. The gap between the two of them is just over 3 seconds. As you still have Langevin, Tucker. Something happened with Rhett Tucker. He's been on pit road for a very extended period of time. On pit road for a minute 47, Joe. Starting to think a speeding penalty might have caught him there. That's going to drop him back to that 6th position. As it looks like Travis Roberto having another issue out on the racetrack through sunset.
Oh.
We were just watching this battle. Hey, he's going to loop it, coming back onto the front straightaway. Nose it into the pit road wall, and he's going to jump it to pit road. There's a really good battle brewing between the two of them. Bigart making the pass right there. And I think that was James Langevin. Well, we got something brewing over here, Joe. This is for P5. Spencer Duquette in the 207. Just under half a second separating Duquette and Morgan Smith.
They've been battling for a while.
They have, and they're running almost identical lap times. And if it's a little off, they start trading lap times. on the roll bar cam inside of Morgan Smith's Porsche. Look at how aggressive Morgan takes Sunset Joe. But Duquette's going to get a really nice run off the turn.
The McLaren's got really corner off, center off speed. Where watch this McLaren when he comes off the corner. Like, he's getting that little bit of an edge, and that Porsche's got more of a top end. He's catching him in the higher speeds parts of the track. Some of these slower corners, as you just saw, he can catch up, but that McLaren just off the corner is unbeatable.
Yeah, if Morgan Smith is going to make a pass, Joe, it's going to have to be in one of these slower turns. As watch how like you said, how he catches up to him.
If I was going to sit here and set up a pass, trying to get around that kind of car, because he's going to end up holding you up, especially if you have better top end speed on the long straightaways. He needs to kind of get tucked up right behind his bumper and get a really good run off of a corner and hope that he's within a car length or a car length to really utilize the draft and snooker him, just take his line away going into like Sunset or turn 1,
or even down towards the hairpin.
Hairpin's gonna be kind of tough, but there's not enough because of the nature of the straightaway.
Joe, can we see it right here?
Straightaway.
They're close now.
He's close. He's catching him. He's on his bumper.
Just a 10th separate, and he's going to send it into Sunset.
It's like he was listening to what I had to say.
It's a very good possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the drivers... Woo, that wall looks like it comes up fast.
Here comes that McLaren with that drive off. He's...
Yeah, that preferred line, though, it was really good for Morgan to hold that outside lane coming out of Sunset, because then it turns into the inside lane going into turn number 1. Makes the pass look textbook, and Morgan Smith up a spot into 5th.
Yep. Watch that Porsche march away. It's just got so much speed on the straightaway.
Look how he defends going into the hairpin as well.
Yep, you're allowed to make one defending move, so you're pretty much you're pretty much stuck. But if you go and react, so like let's say the following driver goes and moves a lane, and you go and put your rear bumper in front of his nose, yeah, the stewards aren't gonna like that. At least in real life, that's the way it is. I haven't had a chance to read their rule book yet.
Almost 40 minutes in. The GT3 leader, Nathan Bigart, on lap number 19. Race is moving quite along, but we have a little bit of a lull in the action. We'll throw it to the exciting camera for everybody to see. Go next week. You'll like this one. We're taking the GT3s and the GT4s and going north by a couple states. We're going to VIR.
Do we have to? I'm kidding. VIR is a great track. It's just my nemesis. That's all.
I was going to say, it's kind of why I wanted to say it like that, because I know how you are with VIR. The beautiful racetrack.
No.
If you're not running in it, you're happy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love seeing the tree.
Yeah, you see a lot of trees.
Yeah, I know. Road America's the same way.
Yeah.
Fun fact, there's a great video on my YouTube channel of me launching a Lamborghini into the woods after the kink at Road America. Go check it out. Golf McLaren F1.
Looking at both our GT3 and GT4 fields and how they stack up with your biggest movers. In 8th place right now in the GT3s, Jacob Cotterman, plus 6 spots, currently sitting in that 8th position. And then if you go down to the GT4s, your GT4 leader, plus 9 spots. That's the 119 of Lance Campbell.
He pit yet?
He has pit. Lap 14.
Nice strategy.
And there's
Good undercut.
There's P2. He was on the last grouping of drivers to hit pit road, Joe.
Was it?
Yep. The earliest was Daniel Nass pitting on lap 9. And then you had Campbell, Malley, Tucker, Kelma, all on 14.
I don't have access to those fancy tools like you got. I'm old school.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if your notebook was like, he just hit pit road. Yeah, it was a great send.
I try to do everything by memory, but my memory is as short as my hair, and I'm very bald.
Going into the final turn, it's Jed Cotterman and Justin Bach. This is for P9 in the GT3s. As Bach has put a good couple laps together, 2.5 tenths faster. Last time biased, they're going to be very close to entering turn number 1. Mustang versus McLaren.
Let's go, McLaren. I mean, what? I shouldn't be rooting for anybody. I'm supposed to be impartial. Go, McLaren. Oh, no. Mustang's in the dirt.
And there goes Justin Bach making the pass. Jed Cotterman is going to drop back to that 10th position. Still in the plus territory. Plus 2 spots from the start of the race. Well, I think it's about time, Joe. We got to pay some bills. We will be right back, throw some commercials up, and give a huge, huge shout out to Monster Designs. There's going to be a QR code. Scan that QR code and look at all the beautiful liveries that come from Monster Designs. We'll be right back, everybody.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Over goes from 3rd to 1st in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome to another All-Star 15 TV production.
Welcome back, everybody. We really hope you hit that QR code. It's gonna really help out Monster Designs, and they make such great liveries. Most, if not all, the liveries you see in the field come from Monster Designs. Watching the field as they go by with just over 10 minutes remaining here from Sebring. The sun has gone down, but one thing that has yet to change, Nathan Bigart is your GT3 leader.
Lance Campbell leading GT4. Good lord, is he on a rail right now?
Lance Campbell has pulled out almost a 6-second lead. Which is absolutely crazy with how close that they were battling just about 10 or so laps ago, Joe.
He pulled off some pit strategy. I thought it was the undercut. You corrected me. His pit strategy is on point.
Whoop. What did I hit?
Uh-oh.
That's better. I done hit a wrong button and I don't know what I hit. Okay, when in doubt, hit the live button. It'll fix it.
We just be hitting buttons over here.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where the driver details went.
SDK, fix your crap. I mean, what?
No, I don't think it's SDK. I think when we went to commercial, I might have messed that up. But watching everything out on the racetrack, your closest battle is Justin Bach and Jed Connerman. Once again, battling for that P9 position, Joe. These guys just can't get away from each other.
It happens. Sometimes you just find that one special person on the racetrack and you just can't get away from them. And then at the end of the race you go, that was a fun race. Happens all the time.
I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that from a lot of people after tonight's race.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Oh,
no!
Boy! Justin Bach goes off.
Commentator curse. I mean, what?
After a really nice battle that was brewing and that we thought was going to continue, the 776 of Justin Bach spins it, coming to the hairpin. Very shocked that that happened.
Let's see, we got pretty much 5 to 6 second intervals in the front of the field.
Yeah. You have Big Art, plus almost 70 seconds over Pino. Then back to Avery Hart is another almost 8.5 seconds. Then it's Morgan Smith in 4th. That's 11.5 seconds. And Spencer Duquette in 5th is another 3 seconds back. So from 1st in the GT3s to 5th in the GT3s is 30 seconds, Joe.
In an endurance race, that's really close. Hour-long sprint, as this technically is, that's a pretty good gap.
That's a heck of a gap. There we go.
No, you found it? You got it fixed?
Yeah, I had to Google a little bit. Yeah, Jacob Cotterman is, as Carlos in the YouTube chat just put, is beating Papa. That gap is just about 5.5 seconds. And they're running identical lap times, which is wild. Jacob, a 2:02.06 to Jed, a 2:02.02. Currently have 26 vehicles still out on the racetrack. 16 GT3s and 10 GT4s. It's still your race leader in the GT3s. It's Nathan Bigart, and in the GT4s, it's Lance Campbell, who has still about an 8-second lead over Ryan Serlich with under 10 minutes to go. Hey, Carlos, you go from YouTube to Facebook to like the stream. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And if you guys haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe, follow, whatever platform you're on, or do what Carlos did. Go to multiple.
I can't be outstaged. Hang on.
Lakin Shaw in 6th place.
Sorry,
in
Carlos.
88. And Spencer Duquette in the 2:07. There's a half a second separating the two of them. This is the closest battle we have on the racetrack right now. And just looking at that gap, there they are right there. The 2:07, the purple, is Duquette and Shaw in the 888 Ford. We'll actually jump on board with Shaw via the helmet cam. Give you a little bit of a look at what they're seeing. There you
Not
go,
much. Not seeing much. All you see is what I said before. The walls, the cars, and the track. There's nothing. You know, it would be nice if iRacing added stars to a clear night.
Ryan Serlich with an issue in the GT4s.
Uh-oh.
Heading down towards the hairpin. I think he's just going to go a little bit off track here.
Brakes. Oh.
That could have been so much more worse. That could have been bad. But good to know on that Mercedes, the brakes do work, Joe.
Good brakes. Good brakes, too. Name the movie.
No, I can't. You're going to have to
Really?
tell me.
Gone in 60 Seconds. Nicolas
God,
Cage.
I haven't seen that movie in years. And, you know, it doesn't help that my cousin's in the movie.
Wait, what?
Were you not there for that conversation with me and Jake? Nicolas
not?
Cage?
Oh yeah, that came. Well, okay. Duh. Sorry, my memory's as short as my hair, and I'm bald.
Yeah, well, I know. We covered that about 20 minutes ago in the race. But with just over 3 minutes remaining, we're going to stick with this battle as it has grown ever so slightly. Duquette now a second and a half over Shaw. Carlos in the YouTube chat kind of says his money's on Lakin, and gonna have a little work to do to get that.
All your new viewers, I try to break AJ every time we're in a broadcast together. I'm doing a pretty good job today.
It's not that difficult, especially when I don't see it coming.
This has been a very enjoyable race. I am thoroughly impressed by the racing that we've seen here.
Yeah, this hour has absolutely flown by. If they haven't gotten the white flag yet... Oh, and there goes Shaw once again.
No.
They should be getting the white flag next time by. There's your race leader, Nathan Bigart. He's the only driver in this whole field that did not change a position throughout the event. His highest first, his lowest first.
Well, when you lead wire to wire, it kind of happens that way.
And I gotta give a shout out to second place here. Daniel Pino, plus 6 spots. I know Big Art's probably gap managing and making sure there's no mistake. But Pino has closed in from 8.5 seconds just 3 laps ago down to under 7. But there is your
Nathan
overall leader.
Nathan is doing what I cordially like to call playing with his food.
I don't know if I would call it that. I would just call it not wanting to make a mistake, as there is the white flag in the air. It is the final lap of tonight's season opening race for the High Point Racing League and the GT Challenge through turn 1 for the final time. I just listen to him coast. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets to the back bumper of this GT. Oh, Jesus. The Mercedes blinked out and didn't reappear until Big Art was right there. Lance Campbell in the GT4s as well. Doing a really, really good job. 10 seconds ahead of Ryan Serlich. Joe, if we look at this, there's Big Art on a white flag. Lance Campbell is not on a white flag. Do you think we might see a little bit of a game played here where Campbell is gonna possibly let Big Art get to him? That way, when he crosses the line, it becomes the white flag for him. Or the checkered flag for him.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
Well, that's the gap of them right there.
Yeah, that's not happening.
And let's jump to P1 Nathan Big Art. From defending champion to now starting the season off right. Season 3 winner as the fireworks go off. Nathan Big Art is gonna win at Sebring.
Congratulations.
Daniel Pino gonna come home in second. Third on the front stretch right there is Avery Hart. Here comes Morgan Smith and Spencer Duquette. That was a lot closer than I remember it being. That's fourth and fifth. Here comes Lakin Shaw in sixth. Seventh, it's Stephen Thomas Smith. Jacob Cotterman. Thomas Hidalgo. And Jed Connerman. All under a blanket crossing the line for your top 10. And just because he didn't let Nathan Big Art go by, he's the only GT4 driver currently left in the field running the race. Everybody else got trapped behind Big Art.
Mm-hmm. You know what that does for him?
Gives him an extra lap to celebrate.
It gives them it should give him the I lapped the field.
Would it really?
Yeah. Technically, he ran one extra lap.
That's pretty funny. But it will be Lance Campbell, Ryan Serlich, Cole Maley, your top 3 in the GT4s. Daniel Nass, James. I looked it up how to say it too. Lavagin? I apologize.
Langvin?
Rhett Tucker.
That's right.
And Nate Rogue. That's 5 through 7. Then it's Cameron Kilma in 8th and Aiden Keeley in 9th. We will be talking to our winners of the GT3 and GT4, hopefully. Just going to wait for them. Actually, we could pull Nathan right now. Nathan Big Art, everybody. The butt kicking has finally ended here at Sebring. Nathan, absolutely domination out there for you. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely a great night. I haven't run the Lamborghini in a long time, so it took me the full hour of practice to really get comfortable with it. But definitely started to get really comfortable with it towards the end of it. Found some speed, some fast laps. It drives different. I'm very used to the Ford, but I had seen Daniel Pino decided to go with the Ford this season, so I was like, we can't be in the same car. So I went the Lambo, something different, something to have fun. Man, it was fast tonight. Got to give a shout out to the lap traffic, doing a great job tonight. Everyone just giving room. Great racing. I really enjoy High Point. It's a great place to have some fun on iRacing.
Yeah, that's kind of what we got to experience tonight as well. Myself and Joe were just in awe of how good the racing was throughout the whole event. But you going from wire to wire tonight here at Sebring, with how tonight's race went, what are we expecting out of the Nathan camp going to VIR next week?
Not the same dominance, that's for sure. You'll see week to week, depending on the track. I can be really good, and then some tracks, you're gonna see other guys come in and probably dominate. So, I'll have to do some practice, but even still, I struggle at VIR to get the fast lap times. So hopefully we can just do some strategy, like tonight. Some of us we do the fuel saving, and it's not all about speed. Sometimes you can beat them in other ways through traffic, and we're gonna have to hopefully strategy comes into play next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious because you're last season's defending champion. So you already started last season with a bang. Now coming to Sebring, winning and starting this season off with another bang. What track on the schedule, and I would assume that you've seen the schedule, are you looking forward to the most?
Actually, I haven't looked at the schedule.
So I just threw you under the bus. I apologize.
Yeah, sorry. I just come and race and have fun no matter what track we're at.
I mean, that's a fair point. Sebring.
Let's see. Yeah.
Virginia, Imola, Road America. I think it's
I would say
Algarve,
my favorites are Road America, Spa, and Daytona at the end. Man, last season, me and Pino had a great battle at Daytona. Really looking forward to that being the last race of the year. Had a last lap pass on him. It was epic. So if we can get good racing like that again, really look forward to that one.
All right, brother.
I'm a NASCAR driver, so Watkins Glen, obviously, but it's gonna be a fun season.
Well, I will say, as I'm also a NASCAR driver fan and everything, don't do what I did and get into the accidental mindset of you don't have to. You're not running the NASCAR track, because I've gone full like autopilot and disqualified myself.
Took a wrong turn.
Yeah, at Albuquerque.
Yeah.
But Nathan, thanks for coming to talk with us. If you have any sponsors you would like to plug, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I just want to mainly give a shout out to the team I run with, Chop Shop Racing, also ISR. Do a lot of endurance racing. The Chop Shop guys hanging out with me tonight. Dave had a bad start. Steiner. He's from Australia, so netcode can sometimes be an issue, and I think it was tonight. But he's fast. He's fun. A great guy to hang out with. Tyler Hammond and Philip Caffrey. So just a shout out to them guys. Appreciate them. All the Chop Shop guys. All the High Point guys. Jed for inviting me over here. All the admins. Carlos. And again, all the drivers tonight. Huge shout out to them. You guys for doing the broadcast. You're new, so I'm not exactly sure of the name.
All-Star 15
TV.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Awesome. Can't wait to go back and watch and check you guys out. And all the fans out there watching, supporting us all, having a great time out here. Shout out to them.
All right, brother. Well, good talking with you. I doubt this will be the last time we have words with you over this 12-week season. Enjoy the week. Have a nice weekend. And, enjoy the win, pal.
Yeah. Hope to talk to you soon.
All right. That's Nathan Bigart, your race winner in the GT3s. I don't see the GT4 winner. We'll wait like an extra minute or so. It was Lance Campbell. But Joe, take us home, pal.
Thoroughly impressed as usual with road racing. I'm glad road racing is on the channel now. So thank you, AJ. Thank you to the league, High Point Racing, for allowing us to broadcast your fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Joe. And when I started broadcasting right around 2020, maybe 2021, road racing was not even an aspect of something I thought I would do. And then I got to the racing league. Then I got to the racing league, the racing team, and really enjoyed road racing. But it looks like we're gonna talk to Jacob Cotterman. And I'm getting word that he won the GT3 Pro-Am, so the amateur division within the GT3s.
Huh.
Hey, Jacob, I heard you won the Pro-Am. Congrats, dude.
Yeah, thank you. It's
I,
my first win.
I didn't know there was another division
congrats.
within the GT3s until
Yeah, there's a pro
just
and
now.
then the pro-am.
Oh, cool. I'll have to go back and take a look at everything again because I'm pretty sure it was sent to me. I just was so excited for the broadcast that I got everything ready for the broadcast and didn't probably read a message. But dude, great race. It looked like you and your father were having this great battle for a very extended period of time. How was it
Yeah.
out there racing around your dad?
It's very competitive and it's very fun when we're next to each other, but the whole race I was just ahead of him by 5-6 seconds, so let's say it was a piece of cake.
And I there was a portion of the race where we were just focusing on you and your dad, and we're just watching these lap times because you guys were so close together, and you would be maybe 0.02 faster, or he would be 0.05 faster. And there was a part of me that was like, I guess the apple didn't fall far from the tree if they're running the exact lap times. But you come home first in the Pro-Am to start the season. What does that mean?
I'm so excited. This has been like an honor racing with my dad and everything. It's so, I don't know what to say right now. I'm just so happy. Especially since it's the first race of the season too. Like I didn't have very high hopes coming into this first race since I could never finish a race at Sebring whatsoever. This is the first race I could finish.
Well, you didn't just finish it, you won it in your division. Next week we go to VIR, going a little bit north. What are we expecting out of the 48 there?
Sadly, I will not be at that race.
I mean, if you were talking to Joe instead of me, Joe would say, good race to miss.
Oh yeah,
You
it
ain't
would.
wrong.
It's very, that track is very hard in my opinion. I've never been good at that track, and my dad has been really good at that track, so I have high hopes for him.
Oh, I see how it is. You give your dad the butt whooping today, and next week let him not whip your butt because you just said you won't be there. So, but hey, you start the season off with a bang. Even with missing next week, are you still gonna hold that momentum as we get further and further into the season? Pretty sure the third race is we go to Italy, which I have a lot of family over there, so I might just be there for the race. I might be visiting a crud ton of people while I'm over there. We go to Imola, and that and Monza are one of my favorite tracks, not just on the sim, in legit real life. But I'm hoping we get to see a lot of you and we get to talk to you quite a bit on the channel.
Yeah, me too. This is I don't know. I'm just so happy right now. This is crazy. I was never expecting to win in this league. There's a whole bunch of animals in my class, including my dad. Sometimes. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on here.
Yeah, before we let you go, are there any sponsors or anybody you'd like to thank before we let you enjoy the Pro-Am victory here this evening?
Sponsors, Cotterman iRacing team. Shout out to them. Shout out to Beads by JC, my business. And hopefully I can get a future sponsor with Muradness.
There you go. There you go, pal. Well, thanks for coming and talking with us. Congrats once again, and you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. You too.
Jake McCotterman,
Have a-
everybody. Oh, I cut him off by accident. Whoops.
Oops.
I suddenly hit the wrong button. But yeah.
Kind of like Nate.
Yeah. Yep,
I mean,
that's
what?
kind of what I was thinking. But Joe, absolutely fun race. Can't wait to do this again next week at VIR. I am so gonna not make fun of you, but there's gonna be a couple digs every now and then about how I've seen you race at VIR. Please check out the series sponsors as you guys saw their images roll in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Scan that QR code for Monster Designs. Their liveries look absolutely fantastic. But take care, everybody. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. The next broadcast is Monday, but High Point comes back 8:55 here on the channel next Wednesday at VIR. Take care, everybody. We will see you on the next broadcast.
Deuces.